Hello, welcome to my interview about contraceptives and abortions. I am here with Halima Mustafa and I am going to find out more about what she thinks about contraceptives and abortions. Halima, welcome to my show.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, first of all, what do you think about abortions and contraceptives?
It's a two-opinionated discussion, I think, because they have the good part of them and their side effects, definitely. For the good, for example, if someone is not ready to have a child and unwanted pregnancy, in that case, this can prevent that. On the other side, just like any medication, they have a side effect. So in the long run, it can affect, for example, the ladies in a very healthy manner.
So why do you think people would not be ready to have children?
It depends on the person. Some people are not ready to have children because they are not financially stable. They're focusing more on their careers, for example, and it's an obstacle in that case. All others, it was just wrong timing for everything, because with everything it needs time, and not everyone is open-armed to the situation, so they opt for abortion.
By open-armed, what do you mean exactly?
By this I mean, not everyone, not all ladies, when they find out they're pregnant, they're excited. Some are not ready. Others, it wasn't. They don't have, some don't have even want kids at all. So in such situations, they don't open the situation in a very friendly way. So they opt for the contraceptives to protect themselves from this outcome and everything.
Yeah, so what do you think, how do you think this issue has affected young adults in society today? What do you think are the main issues that have made this issue affect young adults in the society today?
I think it's a very hard something, just a very hard something to deal with, because just like any medication, as I said at first, it has its side effects. So if you start, for example, at 18, I start taking contraceptives, and I'm planning to get married at like 30, it has a side effect to your internal organs, for the womb, to the uterus, to the reproductive system of a woman. So in the long run, they may not have to be able to have kids when they're ready, because they were preventing this before, but they may not have to. In some cases, it may lead to barrenness. It may lead to miscarriages when you're ready, because due to the womb is not in the position to carry the babies. So it affects the young adults in such a way, because when, for example, any lady is now ready to get married, start a family, and they can't have kids, that's already a deal breaker in some couples, because if you can't have a kid, you can't stay married. So it may lead to a divorce. It has a very big effect to the young adults in the society.
Yeah, so do you think, has this issue affected you personally, or if so, can you please tell me?
Personally, it hasn't affected me. I haven't had an experience, but I think a high percentage of women are affected by this, because with time you get this into your system. You use it often and often and often and often. So when you want to stop, it's either too late, or just like it can be too late, or actually you may get pregnant when you don't expect it, because they can't be 100% sure of these pills, yeah, definitely there is a mistake or something, but you can't be really sure. So at the end of the day, I think it really affects the ladies in society.
So finally, what's your advice to the people who want to use birth controls or who are against birth controls?
To the people who want to use birth control methods, I think it's better if you don't get it on top of the desk, because you know many people, adults, tend to subscribe the medications by themselves. They're like, okay, I'll get these pills, I think they work. You keep taking these contraceptives, but you're not sure of the side effect. I think if you want to do this, you should do it with a medical person, a very
prescription.
yeah, and a very
An expert maybe.
an expert at this subject, because if you do it by yourself, you're not really certain to use them. And for the people who don't want to use them, on the other hand, you can perhaps they would opt for the natural methods, yeah, like prolonging your breastfeeding between your kids. I don't know many of them, but perhaps something like that, as it, so that it can help them if you don't want to use it. But for those who want to use them, they should really be very cautious, because it's a medication, it has side effects. You have to really be careful when you're using such things.
Yeah. One more thing. Do you think religion has affected our acceptance for birth controls in society?
This is too opinionated again, because for the case of abortion,
yes,
it's against religion, because it's like murdering someone or something, the unborn child.
yes.
And on the other hand, I don't think religion has really affected our outlook, outlook on the contraceptives and the birth control method. Because, for example, if you prolong your breastfeeding, you're not against religion and you're getting what you want in the long run. So I don't think it really affects. It affects the religion, affects the outlook on contraceptives, but to some extent, in the case of the abortion,
yes,
and perhaps some of the contraceptive pills, because majority of them work as much as the abortion, but in a better, clean manner.
yes.
So, in that case, it has affected the outlook on the contraceptive and birth control methods, but in the natural way of controlling your birth control methods, it's not against it. So, it's like I said, it's too opinionated.
Yeah, thank you very much for your time. This was Halima Mustafa talking to us about abortions and contraceptives. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you for having me.